What's going on, my trainer club? Today we are going to check out these Shiny Registeel counters in Pokemon Go to hopefully get you 100% IV, get you prepped and ready to go on one of my favorite Regi Trio Shinies in Pokemon Go. So, welcome to the trainer club. Here we go! Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how did you guys do on Regirock Shiny in Pokemon Go? Did you guys have a fun time? I absolutely love these shinies. I don't know, this trio shiny just like really does it for me. I'm a big fan, and Registeel is my favorite shiny of the three. Let me know in the comments below, did you get one, and what is your favorite of the Regi Trio shinies? Because today, what we're gonna do is start getting you ready and prepped, obviously, to get after Registeel in Pokemon Go, because it is useful in the Ultra League, and it's also pretty useful in the Great League, but Ultra League is going to be where it prevails the best, and without utilizing it for level 40 plus, it is going to be buddy boosted 41 at level 40 powered up to max to be able to sit under that 2500 in the Ultra League, which is something really cool. And obviously, guys, if you do want to check out anything to do with rating, get in the Discord, comments below is going to be pinned. All right, so let's get into everything we need to know. So Registeel is going to be coming this weekend for 2 total days, guys, so you're gonna have to grind for it. It's going to be 6 a.m. on Saturday, December 19th, all the way until 10 p.m. on Sunday, December 20th. Remember, guys, if you are in any type of Discords or anything like that, you have a Premier group and you have international raiders, you're going to get them a day early. So you will be able to have it for 3 total days as opposed to 2, utilizing the remote raid system, which is a blessing for all of us, especially for these really short window raid bosses. So, as far as Registeel goes, what is going to be the makeup? So this is going to be a steel type Pokemon. It has a defense of 285, and now, since we can get it all the way to level 50, the max CP is gonna be 2766, but that's not really the biggest deal, because guys, we also can use it, like I just talked about, for the Ultra League without going above level 40. With it being an all steel type, it is going to have weaknesses to fire, ground, and fighting. So those are gonna be the primary counters making up our parties. And this is why, in the resistance category, why it makes such a great Pokemon in PvP. It's gonna double resist poison, it's going to single resist bug, dragon, fairy, flying, grass, ice, normal, psychic, rock, as well as steel, which then is going to lead us into the 100% IVs, because obviously we want to catch this Pokemon as close to the 100% IVs as possible. So at level 20, it actually sits relatively low. It's going to be a 1398 for the 100% IV, and then it can be boosted in one condition, because it is a steel type in snowy weather. 100% IV at level 25 is going to be 1748. So just remember that 8, 48, and 98 up there. And then obviously, since it's under 1500, you can use it for the Great League right off the bat, which is a plus, but optimally speaking, you would try to trade it to drop the attack on that Pokemon. The shiny is going to be a mint green color. Absolutely love this shiny. Probably, like I said, my favorite of the trio, even though they're all pretty good. And the moveset of this Pokemon, it's gonna have 3 quick attacks and 3 charge moves. The quick attacks are gonna be Lock On, which is the recommended moveset for PvP. Then we have Metal Claw and Rock Smash, which is going to be a steel and a fighting type move. And then as far as the charge moves goes, it gets 3 as well. It gets Focus Blast, Hyper Beam, and Flash Cannon. So obviously the stab type bonus, which is going to be boosted for the typing, is going to be the double steel moves of the Metal Claw as well as the Flash Cannon. And I would say, of the 3 moves that it can get, Hyper Beam is going to pose the most challenge, because it's going to be the most neutral move and it's going to hit the hardest for all of our Pokemon. Then we're now going to say, how many players do we need to take down this Pokemon? So according to PokeBattler, it is going to take 2.74 trainers. So ideally speaking, you're going to have at least 3 trainers. If you guys are remote raiding and you guys do want to try to get 10 players in on one account, please check out my video up here, because it's very lucrative to take these Pokemon down faster, which is really cool. So now that we have all the details, everything we need to know, we need to start getting into the top counters for Registeel. In counter number 1, guys, this is going to be including Shadow and obviously the Megas. The Megas are going to go into both categories. I think we maybe wanted to use a Mega during this time frame, because I think you guys may be able to guess it. The number 1 counter in both Shadow and non-Shadow forms is going to be Mega Charizard Y. With Fire Spin and Blast Burn, that is the Comday move. This Pokemon is amazing. It beats out all of the Shadow type Pokemon. The amount of time needed to take this Pokemon down is going to be 714 seconds. So I am excited. I am going to be rocking out with my Mega Charizard this weekend for sure. And then in counter number 2, we have the Shadow Moltres. So like I tell you guys all the time, if you have any shadow Pokemon in the legendary form or even non-legendary form that are meta attackers and you guys are like, maybe I want to purify it because it's a 91% and I want that 100, do not do it. The shadows are usually better for the most part. This Moltres is going to have Fire Spin and Overheat combination. This one's going to take 773 seconds to take it down with a couple more deaths than the Charizard, so it's been beaten out by the Mega form. And then we have Entei with Fire Fang and Overheat combination. This one goes above 800 seconds. Still a very strong option and something that I do have maxed out, a maxed out Shadow Entei, 96%, which I'm grateful for, which I'm definitely going to use. And then finally, the last Pokemon in the Shadows is going to be counter number 4. So the top 1 through 4 is going to be Mega, Shadow, Shadow, Shadow. For the Machamp, with the counter and dynamic punch combination, just remember, when you are battling a fighting type grunt, it can be a Machamp. If you do get a good IV one, maybe something you consider maxing out because it is very powerful right now until we get a better fighting type Mega at some point. Potentially Mewtwo. While the Machamp does beat out the Entei with 797 seconds, it does have 8 more deaths, so that's why it sits in counter spot number 4 as opposed to 3, just solely based on timing, because we're looking at the most well-roundedness of the Pokemon, taking into account the deaths as well as the time to win. And now we're gonna get on without the Shadow Pokemon, because not all of us have good Shadow Pokemon or powered up Shadow Pokemon, the regular counters. We still have very viable options. Counter number 1 is gonna remain the same, like I did say, Mega Charizard Y. That Pokemon is an absolute monster, best time to win, 14 deaths, lowest in everything. Next, in counter number 2, also a very viable option, it is going to be Reshiram with Fire Fang and Overheat. Crazy thing about this Pokemon, it's going to be 823 seconds, so it's over 100 seconds slower than the Mega Charizard. So I sure hope everybody's using the Mega Charizards out there, and it's gonna have a couple more deaths as well. I just wanna point out, this is gonna be something that you may consider doing if you have close contact with your crews, you're in the premier groups of my Discord or wherever that is. I would say that some people should have their Mega Charizards in spot number 1, some people in spot number 2 in their party lineup. Reason being is the Mega Charizard being in the party is gonna boost all the fire type Pokemon in your party. So you might as well get boosts in the first spot. Everybody else has non-Mega Pokemon or a couple people with Megas. In spot number 2, a couple people have Megas. And then you can even go in spot number 3 and a couple people have Megas. And if everybody teeters their Megas like that, you will be getting Mega Boost the entire time and take down that Pokemon faster. And then we have another viable option, which is gonna be Mega Charizard X. Not quite as strong. Fire Spin, Blast Burn combination. But guys, if you have the option and you've already evolved it into the Y, and if you have more than enough Mega Energy, stay up on that Mega Charizard Y. It does much better than the Mega Charizard X, but if you only have the X, it still does good. But just remember, it can't have either of the Dragon moves, even though it is a Dragon typing, because the Registeel is going to resist that Dragon Breath, so it's not optimal if you are using one that's all Dragon type for the stab bonus. And then we have Chandelure, 876 seconds with Fire Spin and Overheat combination. The one cool thing about the Chandelure is it's going to double resist fighting, double resist normal, and single resist steel. So that Pokemon is going to have all of the resistances that is going to be making up the party, although it still doesn't sit in the top spot because it's not quite as strong, and it still dies a little bit more because it's slightly glassy even with all the resistances. And in counter number 5, we have Mega Houndoom with Fire Fang and Flamethrower combination, not the optimal Mega here. Followed by Lucario with Counter and Aura Sphere combination. This is a Steel type Pokemon, so it is going to be weak to the fighting, so do be careful utilizing Lucario in this scenario because that Focus Blast from the Registeel is going to hit really hard. And in counter number 7, we have Fire Fang Overheat on the Darmanitan. This is going to be the first Pokemon that goes over 900 seconds, so be careful utilizing this Pokemon because we are now much slower down on the list, but I understand that not everybody wants to use Megas, and not everybody has maxed out Shadow Pokemon either. Next, we're going to have Moltres in counter number 8 with Fire Spin and Overheat combination. Just notice, it is much slower than the other Moltres in the Shadow form. With 944 seconds compared to the Mega Charizard with 714 seconds, that's 230 seconds slower with just that difference. In counter number 9, we have Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch, followed by the Blaziken with Counter and Blast Burn combination. That's a Comday move on that Pokemon. We have Fire Fang Overheat on the regular Entei in counter number 11. And then we have Mega Gengar with Lick and Focus Blast. Not optimal, but can function. In counter number 13, we have Counter and Dynamic Punch on Machamp, followed by Heatran with Fire Spin and Flamethrower. And then we have Fire Spin, Blast Burn on a regular Charizard in counter number 15, and then Excadrill, that is going to have Mud Slap and Drill Run. That is a Steel type Pokemon, so it's also going to be weak to the fighting, so do be cautious. So, if you guys do want to go on more of the budget type counters, down further on the list, you want more time to win, which is not what I recommend because you get less balls, and it also takes you longer, not optimal. You guys can check out all the counters sitting up over here because there are more counters. But notice, we have really powerful counters towards the top, and that Mega Charizard makes up a tremendous deal of counter space and ability to take this Pokemon down a whole lot faster. So, with all that said, guys, how is the weather conditions going to affect the Registeel? As far as the sunny weather, that's going to be the most optimal condition because it's going to boost all of our Fire-type Pokemon and all of our Ground-type Pokemon. But do notice we barely touch on any Ground-type Pokemon in the top 15 counters? So that's going to be a thing. Then we're going on to the Partly Cloudy. Partly Cloudy is going to boost all of the normal-type moves, the Hyper Beam, as well as Lock-On. Hyper Beam under normal conditions is going to hit pretty hard coming from the Registeel, which then is going to lead us onto the Cloudy Weather. Cloudy Weather is going to boost all of our Fighting-type Pokemon, so this is going to be a great time for using Fighting-type Pokemon. Also, it's going to boost the Fighting-type moves Rock Smash, as well as Focus Blast from the Registeel. Do be careful under that condition when utilizing something like Lucario or something like an Excadrill that is going to be paired with Steel-type because it's going to be weak to fighting, which then is going to take us into Rainy Weather. Rainy Weather is not going to have any effect on this Pokemon, but the Snowy Weather is going to boost all the Steel-type moves of the Registeel, and it's also going to boost the Registeel all the way to level 25, which is going to be optimal if you're trying to use it for the Ultra League, catch it to max it out with a little less Stardust and Candy. And then, moving on to the Foggy Weather, it's going to have no effect. And finally, we have the Windy Weather, which is also going to have no effect because none of the counters are going to be utilizing those types. So, what's going to be the optimal party to set up? Like I said earlier, I would definitely recommend utilizing the Mega Charizards in different spots if you're raiding with continuous people. Even if you're raiding with different people, most people that see this video or don't see this video are going to be raiding with their Mega Charizard in counter spot number 1. So go ahead and throw something else in there that you can utilize. And then put it in counter spot number 2. So we will have multiple spaces with that Mega Charizard. Utilizing all the Fire-type Pokemon, including some of the Shadow Pokemon, are going to be the best case scenario because none of these Pokemon are going to be weak to any of the movesets. So, Mega Charizard, counter spot number 1 or number 2, depending on what you're setting up for your people. Then I would suggest any of the Fire-type, Shadow-type Pokemon would be great in here. You can also use Shadow Machamp in there as well. Very safe. The one Pokemon that I would stay away from, 2 Pokemon actually, is going to be the Lucario because of the Steel typing, and since it gets 2 fighting moves, not the best case scenario, higher deaths. And then also the Excadrill. Although the Steel typing does give you a bonus by resisting some of the other moves, it also creates an inherent weakness. And so if you're going in with a set party, you don't know exactly what the moveset is, so it's not really the best to have that in one of your set parties. So stay towards the top, Mega Charizard. Get some Fire Pokemon in there. You can also utilize the other Mega Pokemon, such as the Mega Houndoom, if you so desire, which is an option, or even Mega Charizard X, even though it's not the most optimal one. Mega Charizard Y being number 1. Machamps, everything else, Shadow, Shadow Entei, Shadow Moltres, Shadow Machamp, everything else, put it in there, stay away from the Steel type, and you'll be good to go. So, good luck on the shiny, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes the support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.